All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Matt Dawkins here with Peter Sanger, and I just want to say right off the bat who this podcast is for and who our audience should be, as well as why we're doing this. So, yeah, it's you. We are talking specifically to CrossFit Sacred Pine athletes, and our desire is to get the vision of why we do what we do and what we care about into our people so that we can be unified and that we can be excited about what's coming up. So as we make changes in our box, which CrossFit can be a constantly varied environment, right? We want to let you know those changes. We also want to let you know why we made those changes. So every day, as you have 10 minutes, as you're commuting to work or home, take 10 minutes, tune in, get some vision. You'll be glad you did it. So we're here today joined by the legendary Peter Sanger. Peter,
tell us a little bit,
tell us a little bit about yourself, Peter.
I moved to the Low Country coming up on a year. In fact, I dropped into your box coming up a year next week.
Wow.
For that first day.
That's crazy.
That's life-changing. And I've been CrossFitting coming up to 3 years this month. I walked in weighing at 460 pounds. I am now 251.
So how many pounds down?
290 pounds.
290 pounds. And just to take a second to speak to it, how do you feel like CrossFit has played a role in that journey?
CrossFit has made the difference to me because I've done all different types of exercising, but the integrity of the workout, the integrity of the people that I'm surrounded with on a daily basis, every day I come in here, I'm motivated by everybody giving their all. No one's taking it off. You may not have your best workout that day, but the community supports you when you finish. I remember when I was the last person, every day when I couldn't run around the building, I couldn't do a burpee, but I got cheered on louder to finish my workout being last, and you get cheered on being first. And that was the motivation that kept me going. And I can't even imagine the transformation I've had in myself, and I see it in others here every day too.
Well, his transformation and just the fact that his platform is growing is a big reason why I wanted him on the podcast with us. Today, I know we have something specific we want to talk about. We're answering two questions today. What are those two questions we're answering today, Peter?
Why did we open? And why are we called CrossFit Sacred Pine?
Where did the name come from? Why did we open and where did the name come from? So we're going to answer those two questions, but before we get to them, we are going to take on the physical challenge. Tell me about the physical challenge.
We're going to partner power clean 405 pounds.
That's our goal.
That's our
405
goal.
pounds.
And we have 5 minutes to do it.
5 minutes on the clock.
But the physical challenge is brought to you by Low Country Pet Specialists, where they're masters at killing bugs and stuff.
I'm pretty sure that's their official title. You ready to take it on?
I'm ready to take it on.
All right, let's do it. Go. Go. And we're back. That was awesome. Just to recap for our listeners at home, maybe you're on your commute right now listening as you drive. Don't look at that billboard. Tune in. Let's tell you about the physical challenge. We got it.
We got it.
405 pounds.
We failed the first time.
Yes, we did. I hope you enjoyed that slow-mo footage. You really see a lot more in slow motion than you do in real time. So are we proud of that? Are you proud of that 405 pound power clean?
I am, being that I've never done a synchronized dual bar event before that we got it up. And I was holding you back. You probably got 220 pounds. I probably got 185.
I probably took 1 pound extra. Yeah, so maybe I had longer to warm up. Maybe that's what it was.
I'm curious to see what next week's challenge will be.
I'm curious too. You guys should be curious too. Every week we'll bring you a physical challenge. And we'll try to keep it dicey and entertaining.
This is real sweat too.
Real sweat, I know, right? So let's talk about it. What are we talking about today? What's the first question we're talking about today?
Why do we open?
Why do we open? So I want to tell you guys a little bit about my story. We've been open for 19 months now, but if you go back several years, I've been in the Low Country for a while, CrossFitting, and getting the results as a CrossFitter. I had my own weight loss journey, right? I lost 30 pounds in my first 6 months of being at CrossFit North Charleston. Shout out to Craig and Kara Jones, great human beings. Craig was a pivotal part of us opening here, so thank you, Craig. Shout out to you guys at CrossFit North Charleston. But what I discovered was just showing up every single day and putting a little bit of focus on my nutrition. You know, all the weight I had gained from getting married, being in that honeymoon phase, my wife getting pregnant 3 weeks into marriage, being on that pregnancy diet, right? She had the baby. I still had the weight on me after she had the baby. I needed help, and I found it at CrossFit North Charleston. But what I saw when I looked around the Lowcountry was I saw several boxes that, whether it was directly or indirectly, were appealing to fit people. Their digital doorway, their social media, shined on the audience of people that were in shape already. And so I looked around and I saw the other 99% of the population thinking to themselves, well, if I was fit, I would try CrossFit. Or when I get fit, I'm gonna try CrossFit. I've seen it on TV, or I've seen the social media of the local gyms, and I thought, this shouldn't be, right? I'm coming from a pastoral background. My job was to meet with people and deal with the issues they had going on. And what I saw was when somebody would begin to take care of themselves, maybe lose 20 or 30 pounds, that mentally and emotionally, they would become a better human being. They would become someone who was more capable of dealing with their own issues, their emotional baggage, their past, right? Their future looked brighter when they started taking care of the gift they've been given in their body. And so I couldn't let go of this idea that, what if I opened a CrossFit box in the Lowcountry that was for the other 99%? Instead of appealing to CrossFitters, let's appeal to real people. Let's appeal to the people who need this and create a welcoming environment where people can walk in the doors and see huge change. And man, we did. Like, just to tell you, in our first year, we lost over 1,000 pounds as a box, and we are still on that journey. And, you know, Peter Sanger, I mean, you've been a part of the box since December. Like,
I didn't become 461 in a line like this. It's been like this, and ever since CrossFit, it's been like this. And it's the way it's set up. It's the template. It's everybody coming together and struggling through the same workout. And it's regular people, got kids, you know, like it's an eclectic group of people that you wouldn't see in a normal situation, from lawyers, chiropractors, stay-at-home moms, pastors, you know, just anybody.
You touched yourself when you said stay-at-home moms. You were like, stay-at-home moms.
of fur babies, you know.
That's awesome. So if you didn't know, that's the story. That's why we wanted to open a box, because we wanted to appeal to the other 99%. And man, we've created some absolute machines in here. And it's been really, really cool to watch people start their journey with no confidence and weight to lose. Losing that weight, gaining confidence, flipping their, man, just what their potential impact on its head. And now, man, we see people out there doing big things because of the results they've gotten in the box. So it's really cool. We had another question.
CrossFit Sacred Pine. Why is it sacred, and why is it pine?
Sacred pine. It's not because I was a former pastor. That's the number one thing I get. Oh, do you guys like worship pine trees or something? No, we don't. We're real human beings. So what was really cool is we got to tie the name of our box into the history of the area. And Peter actually knows a little bit about the history of Somerville, the Somerville area. So tell us a little bit.
Somerville was founded in 1904 by the French. And it's loosely translated to the mosquito's vagina. Or armpit, but it's French, it's the same thing. You know, but in all seriousness, it's 1785, and it was people getting away from Charleston from swamp fever and mosquitoes, and they came out here and they actually called it Pineland Village. So
not really on the map, more of just a vacation spot, right? But in the late 1880s, 1890s, you had a huge earthquake, you had a massive fire that took out half the city, but all the while you had these French scientists who were a part of this international commission, traveling the world looking for environments that were conducive to the healing of lung disease. And it was fascinating because they discovered that Somerville was one of the top 2 places on the planet where you could come and just breathe in the turpentine scent of the pine trees and receive healing from lung disease. Somerville became known as a place of healing. And man, maybe it was because I was a former pastor, but maybe it was because of my own results in doing CrossFit. But I wanted this box to become known as a place of healing, where people who, you had it at one point, you lost it, you want to get it back, you can come to this box, you can get healed. You can lose weight, lose limitations, gain muscle, gain strength, gain confidence, be healed, be transformed. And that's what's happening in our box. So that's where the name came from, CrossFit Sacred Pine.
I think the gallons of sweat that I sweat here could be bottled up into like a healing salve.
Let's do this in our last 20 seconds. We want to ask you guys a question. Comment below or feel free to email Matt at CrossFitSacredPine.com. What are your goals? Long-term, short-term? We want to know our audience and who we're talking to. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we'll be back. Let's open our Fit Aids.
What about barbells?
10 minutes in. Oh, yeah, upcoming. This Saturday, 8:30 a.m., Barbells for Boobs. We're going to support a good cause with a good workout. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope that you can make it out.
If you're down for both, be there.
It's the Workout Grace. It's $15 to be a part of it. There's a potluck brunch. It starts at 8:30. Come early. We'll be here if you want to get warmed up and be one of those early heats, and we'll go to noon. So come hang out with us.
All right.
3, 2, 1. All right. 1% better every day. We'll see you next week. I can deal with that. Leslie, any thoughts?